Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. My fellow XRP holders, it may be the case that XRP has not yet hit a new all-time high. But let me tell you this, there is definitely, unquestionably, and I'll prove it to you, elevated interest in XRP. In particular, a post-SEC versus Ripple lawsuit ruling from Judge Torres, finding that XRP itself is not a security. This is why, although I'll never make a price prediction, and fine, maybe I'm wrong, I don't pretend to know where XRP price is actually going to go. But the idea of XRP never hitting new all-time high ever, that the best we ever could have ever sinned, but wouldn't have seen from XRP, already occurred. And it was on January 4th of 2018. When that all-time high hit near $4. The idea that that was the best we'd ever see is preposterous to me. I do not find that to be the most probable outcome. And maybe I'm wrong and it goes to zero. Okay, fine. I just don't see that coming. I really don't think that's the most probable outcome. And so for me, it just continue to be patient here. But let me show you a couple things that indicate that there's incredible interest. And as the market continues to get heated up, which is what we've been seeing directionally in 2023, I think it's an inevitability. I think XRP is ultimately going to hit that level. I think that's what's most probable anyway. And then enterprise discovery. I mean, look at the volume, XRP actually mentioned this a couple of days or so ago. XRP by a long shot is the most traded altcoin in the internet for the entirety of this year. And now I have this new data. This is from the Crypto Basic. XRP global volume surpasses $117.2 billion in 2023. Absolutely astonishing. But before going further ado, to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, right? I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics. But just as a hobby. And just for fun. As I record this video, XRP is a hair shy of 71 cents. And I just want to get this on the screen here so that I can record this. And we can look back on this moment at some point in the future after XRP has melted faces and hit a new all-time high. And just reflect about the uncertainty and all the naysayers who said it could never happen, just like in 2017 when all the big task Bitcoin maximalists said XRP would never break $1. And then shortly after that, it did break $1 and kept on a cruise and up to nearly $4. And take a look at that. So the chart in the middle of your screen, here is the number of new XRP accounts activated each day dating back to May 1st through yesterday, July 28th. And you can see, and this is actually true for most of the year, I just chose a shorter time frame just so it's easier to look at. But for most of the year's been pretty normal on your typical day where there's not big news occurring, anywhere from like 1,000 to maybe 1,200 new XRP accounts per day being created. And that's mostly what you saw the beginning part of May. And then there was a little bit of excitement in May, post the Hinman news breaking, and then it kind of crept up a little bit over time up to a point where, as of June 10th, there were 2,889 new accounts created, but short-lived excitement, and that went back down. And then it gets to the point where you're back in that range, again, to call it roughly 1,000 to maybe 1,200 new accounts created, which is what you saw all the way up to July 12th. On July 12th, 11 new accounts created, just a regular day. And we assumed that pretty good chance that the next day would be a regular day too. But it wasn't. That was July 13th. That's the day the news broke that XRP is not a security. The decision came down from Judge Torres. And he jumped up for that day. 6,207 new XRP accounts created that day. And so obviously the most excitement, not surprisingly, occurred that day. And then the next day, there's still big excitement, 5,559 accounts created. But then it did go down a fair bit, 2,539 new accounts on July 15th. But the reason I want to highlight this is because even though obviously it shouldn't surprise anybody, the greatest excitement was in those first few days. But we haven't gone back down to those levels of 1,000 to 1,200 new accounts per day. Now what seems to be normal is closer to call it 1,800 and maybe 2,100 new accounts per day. In fact, yesterday 2,121 new accounts created. Now, at this point, though, I'm no math wizard here, but it seems like it's been over 2 weeks, and this is sustained. So we'll see what it looks like, but just given where the markets have been heating up this year. I think that the people that are paying attention now have this understanding or expectation at least that what is most probable is that XRP is ultimately at some point going to melt faces. So the people that are here now are waiting. But there'll be new retail money coming in, new institutional money coming in undoubtedly as time passes. So by the time we do get to euphoria, that's euphoria. It's all of us here now paying attention that would be most probable to benefit from this. Oh, I also like this sort of briefly mentioned this because it made me LOL. Here's the headline from Crypto Potato: What's better than Bitcoin? Jack Dorsey to Coinbase CEO. There's this tweet here, I'll just go to this, from Brian Armstrong, Coinbase CEO, and this is from a few days ago. But he wrote, the next step for crypto is to make payments instant and free globally. This will take lots of work from all of us. Coinbase included getting layer 2s integrated, better on ramps, simpler UX/onboarding, etc. And the folks, if I'm reading this, I'm just thinking about okay, I get it. You're gonna need layer 2s for a bunch of cryptocurrencies that have insufficient layer 1s. Be easier if you just use the coin with a better layer 1 XRP ledger, but is what it is. Bitcoin already has the first mover advantage, so I get it. So you just get an endlessly put band-aids on the damn thing. And then, he says a magic threshold would be getting the average payment under 1 cent and confirmed in under 1 second. I think we'd see orders of magnitude more payments move to crypto, if we can achieve that. Enough, folks, I'll just say it would be great if XRP settled with finality in less than a second. I don't think it matters. When you're talking about whether it's 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 1 second, a fraction of a second. You're splitting hairs here. I just don't think it matters. And so that's why I've said this before, as long as XRP gets submitted for a particular use case, even if it's just you're talking about XRP as a bridge currency, you can say that, hey, well, what if a new crypto comes along? And instead of taking 3 to 5 seconds to settle like XRP? Does it settles in a fraction of a second? Well, that's gonna screw over XRP? No, because people don't just abandon standards that have been set, as evidenced by the fact that Bitcoin is still number 1 in market cap, and we're putting band-aids on that little bit for 14 years now. Because it's not a very good layer 1. People don't a bit. So if XRP really is the standard as a means for cross-border payments, if it truly is that, then if something comes in, that's fractionally better. It's not going to supplant XRP in terms of adoption. Because the infrastructure, everything, all the adoption, it's in place, you need something that's orders of magnitudes better for it to be the throat, so I'm not particularly worried about that. And it does cost a fraction of a penny for transactions, so it's effectively free. And he says, today crypto has the potential to improve global payments infrastructure, but it hasn't yet delivered on that promise. As we're largely stuck on layer 1. Payments are like water, they flow to the path of least resistance. Now this is the part where Twitter founder Jack Dorsey jumps in Bitcoin maximalist here, and he wrote, and this is I was rolling my eyes when I read this, it was one of those facepalm moments. I actually retweeted this, just with the facepalm emoji, that was it. I didn't say anything. I read this. And then I retweeted it with the facepalm emoji. So here's what Jack Dorsey said. Why do you continue to ignore Bitcoin and Lightning? What crypto is a better money transmission protocol? Why? I don't need to explain to you guys why. I just facepalm audible, saw it was one of those moments. And Coinbase, they're pushing USDC for payments, and that's not surprising given their connection with USDC Circle and all that crap. But Jack Dorsey, my god, this is what Bitcoin maximalism does to people. That is not the best way to move money around the planet. It is the worst layer 1 technology that exists. It doesn't mean I don't like Bitcoin. I'm pro-Bitcoin. I've been holding it since 2017. I'm going to continue to. I want it to be successful, but I'm a realist. When it comes to blockchain technology, it's the worst available, it just is. Then there's this from analyst and Benjamin Cohen, which shared this with his 753,000 followers. This is the Bitcoin USD chart, and he wrote Bitcoin has fallen below its bull market support band every August/September of its pre-halving year. It normally happens because the S&P 500 tends to have a correction in August last September of the pre-election year. So I just thought I'd share that perspective. I find this interesting, given where we are at right now. And you can see historically when you've been in these moments, the trend ultimately is up. It's just one more thing you can look at that might make you surmise that true, perhaps we'll continue moving to the upside despite temporary pullbacks along the way. Then there was also this from church analysts, Credible Crypto share this with his 343,000 followers, CNBC reporting on Bitcoin and talking about the 2024 happening and how it usually marks the start of a bull run. If you believe we won't see new all-time high until 2024, because we need to wait for the havening, you are part of the herd is usually wrong. I look forward to new all-time highs on Bitcoin this year. Now, I hope he's right, because he's about the only analyst that is pushing for this idea. And he's the only analyst that I follow that can think of off the top of my head that does insist we're going to see a new Bitcoin all-time high this year. And I hope he's right. Sometimes many minority positions absolutely are correct. So I hope that that is correct. And either way, even if not, I respect the boldness of this, because I'm telling you, nobody gets yelled at more by people in crypto than the chart analysts. Nobody gets yelled at more. Yeah, any YouTuber in finance, or crypto, or in the XRP community. We're all gonna get bitched at. It's, especially if you're on YouTube, you're gonna get yelled at a little bit. It's just gonna happen. It's fine. I don't have thin skin, no problem. But I'm telling you the chart. Guys, they take it the worst, they're not that they take it the worst, they're getting it the worst from people. So I hope he's right. But can you imagine what that means for XRP? And he's very pro XRP. By the way, that's if it's not as large as totally now. I know, in the past, it has been, but if not, it presumably would still be one of his largest, but he does see future face melting action for XRP specifically, so Bitcoin leads the way and it happens this year. Why would XRP not follow? So if he's right, maybe we don't have to wait that much longer. But look, I'm a patient guy. But I've been holding almost 6 years, however long afterward, I'm just gonna do it. Because I can't control this stuff. I'm an adult. And I would love to have the moon right now. But whenever I'm sure I'm having a good time, regardless, it's not like I need this to happen, right? This second, I would like it to. But I think this can be so life-changing for so many people, there's so much opportunity here. But it's just what it takes. It just is. It's the people, because this is where people make the mistakes, that people are their own worst enemy when it comes to investing with the emotion, and then, they feel like they have to do something. If they buy something and then enough time passes, they start to feel fidgety. Like it's not doing anything. And there's other stuff that's moving and the missed opportunity. Okay, but then it just goes eventually, it's not going to go on your timeline, the people that start to feel like that, and then they feel the emotion and then they take action. These are the people that lose, which is why for me, I'm all just about having a diverse portfolio, and XRP, yeah, it's my largest individual crypto holdings, but I'm all about just having a diverse portfolio. And then that way, if XRP is not doing something one day, maybe something else I'm holding is I hold about 30 different cryptocurrencies, I'm good. But then when XRP finally does go, but I see that's the thing. I don't get to choose when it goes, I'm just going to make sure that I have exposure when it does, and I do think it's going to happen and just don't know. When I'm not a financial advisor, you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, right? Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.